Here.
Here. Here.
Do we have any conflict of interest statements?
No.
Do we have approval of the minutes of the meeting of October 18th, 2018, October 25th, 2018, and November 1st, 2018?
I would motion to approve the minutes of October 18th with the exception of one minor change. Also, the minutes of October 25th and November 1st.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item A, correspondence received from 4th District Councilman Bill Emerson Sr. requesting $95,844.67 of gaming funds be allocated for an engineering supervision contract and $964,692.50 be allocated for a construction contract with Midwestern Electric. This has been signed by me already. That seems odd.
Maybe it's a
Is this a repeat?
You recently approved the funding for the supervision, but now the construction contract is coming with. So
Okay,
that's
so
just
we
reference.
have both of them in the same green sheet?
Yes.
Okay, so this has already been, the funding's already been approved, signed by myself, the mayor, and Councilman Emerson. So do I have a motion to approve the transfer of funds?
motion to approve the transfer of funds.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item B, contract with Midwestern Electric for the 4th District lighting project, in reference to the prior transfer of funds for this project. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the contract, Midwestern, sorry.
Sorry, a second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item C, correspondence received from Mr. Dean Button, city engineer, requesting when children are present be added to the north and south approaches of the traffic signal signage which reads "No turn on red" at the corner of Grand Avenue and 169th Street. Do we need to send this to the street department? Street department?
Yes, the street department wanted some official action by the Board of Public
Oh,
Health and
okay.
Safety, and we did a study on that. The site distance is good, so everything's good to go.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the city engineer's request and refer this to the street department?
So moved.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item D, correspondence received from Walsh and Kelly, Inc., requesting permission to close the intersections of Goslin Street and Sheffield Avenue and Chicago Street and Sheffield Avenue to complete full-depth pavement patching beginning Monday, November 12th, 2018, and continuing through Monday, November 19th, 2018, weather permitting. And good.
This has been vetted by the engineering department. Motion to approve the request.
I second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item E, correspondence received from 1st District Councilman Mark Kalwinski requesting $2,960 of gaming funds be allocated for various engineering services. This has been signed by the councilman and the mayor.
Motion to approve the councilman's request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item F, correspondence received from 5th District Councilman Dave Warple requesting $55,000 of gaming funds be allocated for park improvements in the 5th District. This has been signed by the councilman and the mayor.
Motion to approve the councilman's request.
I second.
All those in favor? Aye. Item G, correspondence received from Mobilite requesting permission to install one new pole with small cell equipment at New Hampshire Avenue and 169th Street. And this has been approved by the engineering department.
Motion to approve the request.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item H, correspondence received from AT&T requesting permission to perform work at Calumet Avenue and Lyons Street. And also approved by the engineering department.
Motion to approve AT&T's request.
I second.
All those in favor? Aye. Item I, Myler of the Williams Clinic addition to the City of Hammond submitted for approval.
I guess
That's
that's
this
what
guy.
this
Yep.
is.
Okay.
Is this,
I think we need approval on it.
yeah, okay, motion to grant the approval.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item J, status hearing on property located at 242 Doty Street. Is the property owner present?
We need,
Marco Molina is the attorney for the property owner. He said he was caught in traffic, so if we
Okay.
just put this to the end, if the meeting ends, I'll just talk to him.
Will do. Okay, moving on to item K, rental registration hearing on property located at 528 Detroit Street. Good morning.
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 Can you state your name for us, please, sir?
Wasfi Mansour, the owner of the property of 528 Detroit Street.
Okay. Jaime, you want to let us know what's going on here?
Yes, we have the owner, you purchased property this year, correct?
Yes.
Okay, you have a tenant in there currently?
Well, when I bought the property, the owner was sick, so his family members were staying in there. And the agreement was to leave the tenant, his family members, to give him 30 days until they leave. So that happened. After the 30 days, they said, do you mind if we stay in the house, rent from you? I said, okay, but they didn't pay the rent. So now they moved out.
Okay, so it's vacant currently?
Right.
Okay, so at that point, you still had it rented out, even though they didn't pay rent, it was technically still a rental property because you owned the property and you had tenants in there?
I just bought the property, and
When did you buy the
in
property?
August,
Okay. And when did they move out?
a couple of weeks ago, they didn't pay me rent, and I was gonna start the eviction notice to evict them, and then they moved out.
Do we own any other properties in Hammond?
I have one property in 928 I had for 8 years, so I am aware of the renewal sticker every March, but I didn't know that, I thought you just come every March and pay for the sticker, so I didn't know that when you buy property, I haven't bought a property in a long time, so I didn't know that when you buy, you had 30 days to come. And then, like I said, these tenants, they weren't tenants. It was the guy was sick, he had brain cancer, and he had his family members stay with him. And he moved to Texas, so he said, please, it was an agreement that when I bought the property that they would stay, for me to give them 30 days until they pack up their stuff and leave. After 30 days, they decided that,
At this
Any
point, we're
issues?
just looking for him to register.
Okay, no issues with the property? Okay, sir. Do I have a motion to waive the late fee and require that this property be registered for 2018?
Motion to waive the late fee and must register the property for 2018 at a cost of $5.
All those in favor? Aye. Thank you, sir. So we waived the late fee. Always explaining to him. If you'd like to stay after the meeting, you can take care of that today.
yeah, that'll be great if I could do
All
that.
right, thank you.
Real soft.
Item L, rental registration hearing on property located at 6420 Kentucky Avenue and 7407 Missouri Avenue.
Good morning.
Good morning. Can you state your name for us, please?
Vicki Vaccari. I represent Premier Real Estate. We recently purchased properties in Hammond, had not purchased any prior. Some of them had current tenants that were carried over, and some did not. I called in and talked to Maria, asked her what the process was, and she emailed me the rental registration form. We filled that out. I came in with all of the properties, was told that some of them were currently registered by the previous owner, but these two particularly had not been, and that I needed to bring in a proof of a lease. No problem. I left, came back about 10 days later with the lease and was told that the lease was over 30 days old and that now there was a fine because it wasn't registered within the 30-day period. So when I spoke to Maria on the phone, she never stated anything about a time frame, and the application form itself doesn't state a time frame. And when I came back on September 22nd, they just said, you need to bring a copy of the lease. Nobody said it had to be within the 30-day period, so we were unaware of that.
It's
I'm
usually 30 days when it's a new lease, so that's typically the situation. We don't run into it very often where it's
Right.
an existing tenant.
Right, and so we're aware of that now. We just acquired another property here in the city. Of course, we want to comply with all of the laws, so we'll be registering that today
And
once
Jaime,
court is over.
on this situation where if there is an existing tenant, if they show that they've acquired the property and submitted the information within 30 days, is that something that they would be able to accept?
Yeah, if it's already registered for this year, that's fine, as long as they register the new year with the new owner.
Well, I mean, if in this situation, if she had, because the lease was with the tenant from the prior owner, correct?
These two were vacant.
Oh, they were
and we-
vacant.
Right, and
Okay.
we came to register them once they got a tenant in there, but I didn't realize that there was a 30-day period because none of the paperwork stated that.
Okay, any issues
So-
with this property at this
No,
point?
no, not
Okay.
at all. For future
Two
reference,
properties.
even if it's vacant, you have to come in and sign an affidavit showing that.
And I have a new one that I was planning on doing that today, absolutely.
Okay, what's your pleasure?
So we're going to waive the late fee. These are just for 2018, correct?
Correct, and one unit each, so 2 units total.
All right, waive the late fee on both, and both units need to be registered for 2018 at a cost of $5 each.
Perfect, thank you so much for your time.
All those in
you.
favor? Aye. Thank you. Item M, LexisNexis subscription amendment submitted for approval. Guessing this is from you, Chris?
This is renewal for the law department's LexisNexis online research.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
I second.
All those in favor? Aye. Item N, quote received from the Posey County Co-op for the purchase of bulk road salt. And I believe this is coming from the Public Works Department. This is a public bid quote that I think we do every year. And submitted by,
Notification
Rhonda.
or?
I believe on this one that they purchase at the state price, that it doesn't have to be bid out since they are able to use the state bid quote. Do we have a motion to approve the quote?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item O, agreement with Green Wave Computer Recycling for electronics, TVs, and computer units. This one has been signed by our city attorney. Is this a new one, or is this a renewal?
Which one is the,
The Green Wave?
oh, is that for the TVs?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, it's a new source that we had to find the people with the right paperwork, and they had the right paperwork.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the agreement?
That's quite Palmery.
Quite wrong.
A motion to approve the agreement.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item P, agreement to rehabilitate property located at 7620 Gulfway Court, amended.
I believe this one there's either there's a new owner, that's it. There was an original agreement to rehabilitate this property. The property changed hands, and so we have the new owner signing.
Okay. Also interested in rehabbing. Good. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Has the attorney, Molina, arrived? No? Keep going.
We're asking for a structural engineer to check the foundation. We haven't received a report yet, so.
Okay, do you want me
If
to
you
keep going
recall-
through the new business and see if he gets here in the next couple
He
minutes?
could, I mean, it's a possibility, but this was the issue. If you recall, this was a house that was on the demolition list that had a giant hole in the side of the foundation, like Kool-Aid ran through it or something like that. And they fixed it, but we didn't know who fixed it and if they did it properly or not, and that's why we needed a structural engineer report. Other than that, the house wasn't bad, so if that area checks out, it will be fine.
So has that been scheduled at this point?
We don't know, that's what Attorney Molina would be filling us in on, and whether or not a structural engineer has completed his report or even inspected yet. That's what we're waiting for.
Do we want to set this for just a status for next week, and he does not need to appear if you guys can coordinate this on your own?
2 weeks?
2 weeks?
Wait, is 2 weeks Thanksgiving?
Yes.
I'm not coming in on Thanksgiving. I'm not coming in on Thanksgiving. If we set it for the 29th, that gives us a better chance, and those are the demo days anyway, if
Okay.
you're okay with that.
Set for status on
29th, yes.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
Motion to set for status on the November 29th.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can somebody call him? Can you call him?
If he's rushing here, that's all.
He's rushing here now, I mean.
Item 6, matters from other board members.
Yes. We received a letter from Matt Janko, who is requesting a rental registration for 2 different properties, one at 945 State and the other one at 4832 Pine. They would like to set those for rental registration hearings.
Date?
Want to do the 29th, or is it? December?
13th or 20th.
Okay.
13th? December 13th?
Okay, then I'm gonna make it, you make a recommendation first.
Make a motion for the 13th.
I'll make a motion, we set those for the 13th for registration hearings.
And I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any other matters from other board members?
No.
I have one. Our Vice President and Deputy Chief Margraf had a birthday this week.
Really?
I told you. Happy birthday, sir.
That is That is Palmery.
Okay, any matters from department heads or their representatives? Any new business? Old business? The meeting is open to the public. Does anybody wish to speak this morning? No? If not, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I second.
All those in favor? Aye.